Great that you stayed here on Joy News today. The artificial intelligence sector in Africa just got its biggest boost from Google as it opens its first Africa AI Research Center in Ghana. Accra is set to have a vibrant tech industry, but most people do not see it as the obvious location when compared to Nairobi or nearby Lagos, where Google has already announced it will open its first launchpad space outside the US. Interestingly, just last month, Facebook also opened its first startup hub in Africa.
Right, so artificial intelligence, that's the long form of AI, and it consists of a lot of other little bits and pieces of how computers gather information from us. Say we have deep learning, machine learning, all these form AI. So what this means basically is that this is computers learning how we as humans also learn. You know how our brains our neurons are connected, and then we process sight, we process taste, we process sound. That's the same way now we want the computers to process information. So we feed them with enough information, they can then convert that information, they can learn from that information that we fed them, and now begin to give us results.
Right. So now we're moving away from computers simply following orders and doing things more efficiently than we could.
Yeah.
We now want computers to think, perhaps anticipate our needs and carry them out.
Yes.
Now, are there ways in which AI is being applied in technology today?
Yes, there are. You know, our smartphones that we carry along with us everywhere we go, they have actually had AI for a while now. I'll give you a typical instance. When you take Google, well, they're the ones who've been doing a lot with AI. So Google Photos now detects from your backup of photos that I have, say, taken so many pictures of dogs, cats, and if I go into my Google Photos and I search for dogs, it can detect photos that have dogs in them. This it has been able to do by studying photos of dogs all over the internet, all over the data that we have given them, and now it can tell what a dog looks like. So, and it actually can even tell what you look like. So if I take a photo of you today and I save it in my Google Photos as Kojo Yankson, next time I want to find a photo of Kojo Yankson, I just search for Kojo Yankson in my photos and it will find you. That's artificial intelligence for you. So it's used that deep learning to study, you know, your face and know that, oh, this is what Kojo looks like. So any photo that has this face combination, you know, these combination of features is Kojo. Another one is the Google Assistant that we have on our phones, so you can ask questions, and now you can even ask it follow-up questions now. So if I ask it, say, who's the president of Ghana? It will tell me Nana Akufo-Addo, and I say, how old is he? That information stored earlier tells it that I'm still talking about Nana Akufo-Addo. That is also part of artificial intelligence. So yes, so many applications.
Now, they're coming to Africa with this research center. We want to start to understand how artificial intelligence can be applied in the African context.
Yeah.
Are there some very obvious spheres of our lives in which this can be done?
Yes. One very obvious area is agriculture, which is one of the areas that they're really focusing on because, hey, we are food, and food is us. So if we can understand food and understand how we produce food, we can be more efficient. And some of this data is so much. I mean, there's a lot of data. You can't expect a human being to be able to process this when you have to think about what we're going to wear tomorrow. So, but you can trust the computer whose responsibility is to analyze, say, the trends of how the weather is, or how, let's say, so we were able to harvest in the 30th of March this year. It studies all these trends and then determines that, okay, so if we had this issue before the 30th of March and it pushed harvest to, let's say, April, then if we could get that issue out of the way, we wouldn't have that, you know, barrier. Also, this armyworm issue, AI could have prevented it. AI knowing, say, armyworms will cause this, blah, blah, because it studied that information, we could have prevented it in so many ways. And even rubbish, you know, dustbins around, we find that the dustbins are full and nobody's coming to collect them. AI, and there's actually a company in Ghana who's researching into this, creating sensors they're going to put in dustbins that collects that information and over time reports it to the rubbish collectors or whichever company is responsible for this, and then they would know that, okay, by Tuesday 2 p.m. this bin is full, we have to go and collect it.
Corbin Nkrumah and Kojo Yankson in that conversation there. You do stay with us. You can get onto YouTube. We've got a lot of conversations on artificial intelligence, and a lot more on tech news. And there's also more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Benis Abubedu. Eid Mubarak to all Muslims out there. Enjoy your holiday.